Hey everyone, Rachel with Back to Good, and today, smile, check. It's another beautiful day in Arkansas, and just got to keep our eyes on the prize. And it's sometimes hard to do that, especially when the weather's not cooperating, and I'm sure that many others can agree with that, because it is so hard to get things done when the weather is not cooperating. And it's just been rain after rain after rain. As you can see, big puddles in the background there. Yeah. So it was just, I needed a decompression day, and just to listen to the sound of nature, do some work, and just focus on the future. And that's exactly what I did. So today, I've been hardworking here, and a lot of it is just kind of just picking up things from being away for the weekend for the Mid-America YouTube Meetup, which was absolutely amazing. We met so many wonderful people from other channels that we have not met. We had not met a lot of them yet. A few of them we had already met, but there was also so many subscribers there, which was really cool. So we got to meet a lot of you guys, and that was pretty exciting. So absolutely wonderful. Everybody there was an absolute gem, and it was just such a pleasure. And MT Homestead did an amazing job hosting it, and that's a lot of work, guys. But we had Tim and Dana Mason there. They were cooking. We had the Leonards there cooking. We had the whole crew of the Leonards there, and Leonard Mountain Homestead. And we also had Jesse and Lisa with Lazy Days Ahead, or Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. They were there, really big helpers. Jesse, he's always got to keep things interesting, and he was a great entertainment during the giveaway, so he always is. And Lisa, she's a sweetheart, and she's got the best jams ever. And if you've never made her coffee creamer, go check out her coffee creamer recipe. So yummy, and so much more healthy for you. So anyways, so yeah, as many of you may heard, the last night at the Mid-America Meetup was a doozy, and for many reasons, but the main reason being the weather was insane. We had a brand new tent. We had some big old huge 16-inch trampoline U-shaped anchors that were held it down great, but it was anywhere from 50 to 70 mile per hour gusts, maybe even higher. I don't know, I've got conflicting numbers from people, but it was insane. Let me tell you, it was very scary. And at like 3:30 in the morning, Lexi and I were still awake, and Sean had passed out, and all of a sudden the storm came in, and like instantly Lexi and I had to jump up, and each of us held the north side of the tent. She grabbed one side and I grabbed the other, and we were on the inside of the tent trying to hold it up because it was instantly like just crazy. So if we wouldn't have been there holding the tent, it would have collapsed and blown everything everywhere. And Sean was passed out. It's 3:30 in the morning, or almost 3:30 in the morning, I believe, when it happened. And we were right on the north edge of the lake. So the lake was just, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet from us, from our tent. And all that wind was coming up off the lake and just hitting us so hard. And hollering at him, it was so loud with the storm though. And he finally got up and braced himself up against the north side of the tent, just holding it back with his back to the tent. And finally, we had to gather our senses and figure out where the keys to the car were and this and that, and got ourselves all in order. And then the wind died down for just a second, so we all took a mad dash for the car, and we sat in the car for the remainder of the storm. And we could see other people and their tents had blown over. We saw headlights to cars that they were probably packing up their things and trying to hurry and get in their cars. And it was other people were going and running to the bathrooms to get shelter. And you can see some other videos like Dawn at our Flippin' Farmstead. Oh goodness, you gotta go see theirs. They had a little mess, so I'll let you go over there and check out her video to see the aftermath of the storm at their site. But yeah, so things were intense. So needless to say, the next day when we went to pack up and go home, the tent was soaking wet. You know, everything was soaking wet. You know, so when you're trying to pack up a tent that's wet in your tent bag, you don't want to leave it in there because it's going to get all mildewy. So what I've been working on is clearing. Let me flip you guys around here. I've been working on cleaning up some of the mess around here at the campsite. The dog platform used to be right here, and there's a big water puddle that was coming all up underneath it. So I wanted to cut down the grass, and I needed to move it. So and plus the dogs needed a bath. Lucy likes to puddle jump, so she was a complete disaster. But Linus, he's for the most part, a good boy. He's not big into making big messes on himself though. So Xander helped me yesterday. The little kiddie pool over there was filled to the top with rainwater, so I decided to take advantage of that, and Xander helped me bathe both dogs yesterday, so they got nice and clean. And then the platform over there, which it used to be Xander's bed frame that was in the camper until he switched it to a recliner. So that frame there, we decided to turn it into a dog platform and bring it outside, because Gary and Mary's dogs over there at the Gemstead, they really like being up on their platform. And I thought, well, that would make a perfect one for Linus. And we didn't have Lucy at the time, but she can't really jump up there quite yet. But so I did have a box under there that was from the e-bike, and it worked perfect. It slid right underneath there, and it was a really good little step for Lucy to get up on there. But the box got destroyed in the rain, so I had to throw it away. But so I need to make a little step that goes up to there so Lucy can get up there with him. Lexi helped me move the platform. Xander helped me bathe the dogs. We got that station all moved out of the way because I wanted to clean around it and mow all this grass down. So over there is where Mary, oops, sorry, it's going to get all blurry with my finger, but over there is where Mary was mowing yesterday in her video. So if you haven't seen that, you can go check out all the stuff that she's mowing. Her mower's still over there with her gas can, you can see over there. But so that's where she was working at, and I thought, well, I need to find a spot over here that I can open up and set up our tent again, because it needs to dry out so it doesn't get moldy in the package. And all the grass was super overgrown, like it is right in there. It was just really tall grass. It's been growing like a weed because it's been so rainy. So Mary tackled that side, and I decided to come help her, and I started right here, right where the dog platform and stuff used to be. You can kind of see where the grass is all along there, and then it's short right here. That's where I started. So Mary and I are going to meet in the middle, but we didn't get that far yesterday. So I started over here, got all this cleaned up. We got all the beds, the dog stuff moved. I got all of this over here. And I think this right here, I think that's where I'm going to, let me back you guys up a bit. There you go. That might give you a better view. But this area here, I think, is where I'm going to set that tent up temporarily. But I am looking at the radar, and of course, it has possible rain like every day this week, which is just absolutely insane. I went yesterday and took all our trash out of the, gorilla cart. There's another bag in there already, but we had a big old huge pile of cardboard that was piling up over here. So I loaded up the gorilla cart and took it over there to their fire pit area that they're working on right now. and got it cleaned up. You can see there's a bunch of limbs everywhere. A lot of them are actually roots that are still attached in the ground. So, but yeah, I came over here, mowed all of this, mowed all the way over here. I went all the way up by the white trailer there. And then I did everything inside the trees here, back over to where Mary was working yesterday. But let me take you over here a little closer and you can kind of see how long the grass was. See, right in front and to the right of the trailer, that's how long the grass was. So Mary and I were working on it yesterday. We got it all cleaned up over on this side, and it looks way better. And now I think the driest area that I can see that doesn't have a ton of roots, because I don't want to poke a hole in the tent or whatever. And we don't plan on leaving it set up here. I just need to leave it set up long enough to clean it out and let it dry. And then package it up nicely back in the bag it came in. So, but yeah, I think that's where I'm going to do it at. So, a lot of other stuff I've been working on today is just clean up. There's my cool little push trimmer. And just so everybody knows, that is a weed eater and not a lawnmower. It looks like one, but it's a weed eater. So I have some more to do over here. I need to get this little patch here, and we got a bunch of grass growing up around the camper again here. So we want to try to keep all that cleaned up as much as possible to help avoid hiding places for snakes and fleas and ticks. And I just did this side over here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and over on the back side of the camper, and it's just all overgrown already. So I need to get over here. This side over here is a little squishy still with the water puddles, so I'm not sure. I'll probably have to wait a little while to do this side. But I at least want to finish up right here, this little patch here in front of me, and then this whole area will be nicely mowed. And I've been working on charging up some camera batteries and things like that. And we got 2 new solar panels that a subscriber sent us, and we absolutely appreciate that. Or no, these ones here are the ones that are extras for the roof. But we have 2 new solar panels coming that a subscriber is sending us. And we have the fold-up one behind there. And let me just tell you guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not a real big fan of these fold-up solar panels. Their efficiency is horrible. It's a 200-watt solar panel for the fold-up one behind there. And literally, like, I think the highest I've ever seen it bringing in was 30 on a really nice sunny day. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. The 200 watts, and you're only getting 30 in full sun. And so right now it's just kind of laying down there. We're not really using it right at the moment. But we did have 2 extra ones here that are the same kind that we have on our roof for our main solar system. And these are just 2 backups that we had, and we haven't had to use them yet for anything. So they were still in the box, and we went and busted them out. And Sean's going to hook these up. We did take them to Mid-America and use them there, and they worked so much better than the fold-up one. So these will get, you know, on a 100-watt solar panel, we'll get like 80 to 90 in on it. So that's a real high efficiency rating, and that works so much better. So even just one of those works way better than the 4 of the one behind it. So we're going to hook up both of these to our All Powers solar generator that's in the bubble tent, and that will charge that much better and faster. But we also have 2 new ones coming in that are they're newer style, and they're really cool. So we'll show you all those when we get them. They're called Shadow something or another. But just gathering things. I got a tank here Sean needs to take in the car so he can get that refilled. The deck is a complete mess with debris. And this is the tarp and the rugs that were in the tent. And this is the tent in here. So I need to get that all out of there. I need to wash the chairs and wipe down the tent bag and get that all cleaned up and packaged up. And Miley is bringing me some mail. The UPS guy must have come, huh? Oh, Miley comes bearing gifts. Say hi, Miley.
Hi.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, well, thanks to Miley. She hand-delivered our UPS packages. And the bottom one there looks like that's some more of our tent stakes that we're going to be using for our astral tent when we set that up. Let me tell you, those were amazing tent stakes. But I need to go grab a few things here, and I'll just show you. I got a little bit of laundry in my cool little Ketsum shopping cart bag here. I absolutely love this thing. It's a little dirty because we used it at the Mid-America, and with all the rain and everything else, it kind of got a little dirty, but it's still working good. So finally getting caught up on some laundry, and from our trip we got all our stuff washed, and I got a couple towels in here I need to bring inside, so I'm just going to bring you guys with me. I have these little one of the things that we're going to be setting up when we get to our property is a tent that's called the astral tent, and that is going to be our bathhouse. So it's going to have our washing machine and our dryer in it. It's going to have a tub and a composting toilet and some closets and everything to put all our clean laundry in once we wash it. We will have a clothesline that we'll be using as well, but we're not going to hook that up until we move. So for now, we're just doing everything with the dryer. But we're going to go run this inside, and I need to check on charging a bunch of battery packs and stuff that we used at the meetup, and camera batteries and stuff. But I'm dripping sweat already. Alright, one of the things I'm charging here, let me show you this thing. I'll put a link in the description for this thing, but I took one with us camping, so you can see it's a little dirty. Everything got a little dirty, but I think it's pronounced ITEHIL, I-T-E-H-I-L, but it's a portable carbon monoxide detector. It's a 3-in-1 actually. It's got a temperature, humidity, which right now the temperature says 97 degrees in the tent. Yeah, I just opened up both doors and turned the fan on, so it's going to cool off here in a minute, but very hot, so I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me see if you guys can see this. Oops, wrong way. But it shows the temperature, 97 degrees. And then it shows the humidity is 42 degrees and going up, 43. But this is a carbon monoxide detector, so at 50 parts per million, it will sound an alert to let you know. But the main reason that I wanted to get this thing, and we got 3 of them, but the main reason I wanted to get these is because we're going to have a wood stove inside our bathhouse tent. That tent is so amazing too. I cannot wait to show you guys. I should put a little picture up in the previous video. But that thing is going to be so amazing. But it's going to have a wood stove in it, and I was getting real worried about, you know, carbon monoxide and things like that. And plus, we live in a camper that if you use a propane stove, you can very easily get your carbon monoxide going in there. Yeah, carbon monoxide is incredibly dangerous. It's known as the silent killer, and you can't see, smell, or taste it, and it's very, very dangerous. And when you live in a camper, there's not usually a ton of great ventilation, and especially when you're living on solar, you need to monitor your power, so you can't necessarily leave vent fans running. We've got 4 vent fans on the roof, you know, and we have a brand new nice one, range hood above our stove that works amazing. But you can't run them 24 hours a day because the power can't handle it. But it's really, really important when you're cooking in a camper in a propane stove that you make sure that you run the exhaust fan or some kind of ventilation fan, or have the doors and windows open when you do. Because when the oven is just not being used, it's at 0 parts per million. But I put one of these carbon monoxide detectors right hanging up next to the stove because I wanted to monitor it, because a lot of times when you're cooking with it, you can smell the propane. And so I keep worrying that there is, you know, a gas leak, maybe that it's not hooked up right or something. So I have a little gas detector and a carbon monoxide detector where you can, like, it's like a little handheld thing. You can go press it and get your readings. But the problem is that it doesn't run all the time. It's not a real-time detector. So we needed to get some real-time detectors, and this ITEHIL one is really nice. It's got a 1000 milliamp battery, rechargeable battery built into it. So and it's got a USB-C port, which I absolutely love. So you can recharge it really quickly, and it'll last like 140, I don't know, hours or something, or 140 days. I don't know, 140 hours or something like that. I don't know. It lasts for like a week. But and then I'm recharging those now. So that's what that's what I just had in there. That one there is for the tent. I like to keep that one in the bubble tent for when we're running the diesel heater or something, which we don't really have to do a whole lot anymore. But later at night it is kind of cold, so we do run it every now and then on low. And I always just want to keep an eye on the carbon monoxide. And the third one that we have is going to go in the astral tent for the bathhouse where the wood stove is going to be burning. But let's go inside a second. I want to go show you where I hang that up at real quick. I've made some homemade dog food. We got to go check and see if that's, we got to go check and see if that's cooled off yet. So, all right guys, we're in the tent now, or we're in the camper now, and we've got our little detector here, and it's all done charging. So I want to get this hung back up, and I hang it up over here. I got some hooks on the side of the stove right here. I know the lighting in here is horrible, but, and the fan's going. But we've got some homemade dog food with some leftovers and rice, and we're gonna let that cool off. And Xander, Lexi, can you guys put that in a bag for me and put it in the fridge outside?
Yeah.
All right, when it's cooled off. All right, so let's go back outside because it's noisy in here with that fan on. Okay, so we're back outside. It's a little noisy in there right now. The kids are cooking in the oven, and I heard the fan going in there, so I knew that they were busy cooking, and I wanted to make sure I go get that carbon monoxide detector hooked back up next to the oven, because it is a very nice and easy reminder that when we're cooking, for them to turn the fans on, which they're pretty good about doing, but it's a great reminder to have that up. And if they're cooking in there, especially if we're running the stove and the oven, the carbon monoxide detector will get over 50 parts per million. So they do need to make sure we keep that charged. And so when we're cooking in there, we have a safe environment and a reminder to make sure that we turn our vent fans on. So thank you, ITEHIL, for having a really cool portable one. I know most people have the ones that you stick on your walls or down at your baseboards or whatever, and I really like this one because you can also put it in your car if you know, you're going camping and maybe you're just going to sleep in your car and you want to turn the heater on for a little bit or things like that. You really need to keep an eye on the carbon monoxide, and this one is portable. It has a little paracord with a little carabiner clip, so you can hang it wherever you want, and it really makes it easy. I keep one on my backpack, so I always have one mobile with me wherever we go. But the camper stove has one, and the other one's going to go for the wood stove in the tent. So super thankful. It's just such a peace of mind having that reminder to keep an eye on things. You know, it could be very dangerous and deadly, so it's worth the peace of mind, and I really appreciate that they're portable so I can take it with me wherever we want to go. So, but I'll put a link in the description if you want to see what they are and how much they are and everything, and check it out and get one for yourself, and make sure you keep your family safe, especially if you're camping or sleeping in a car or anything good like that, or living in a camper. But yeah, oh, this hat is so handy. I love it. A subscriber sent me this Carhartt bucket hat. It's a little out of shape at the moment because it was in my backpack, and it's probably a little dirty too. But it definitely helps keep the sun out of my face a little bit. But here, let me come show you these flowers. I don't know what these are. I'm sure it's just a weed. But there's this little area here right on the road where all these pink flowers are. I'll have to take a picture of this and go Google it and see what they are. I don't know, it's very pretty. All right, well, one of the reasons we're gonna come out here and do some walking today is, got my sweat dabber rag here. And yes, I do have a bottle of water with me. But we're gonna go take a walk down to our property here a second because we had a little visitor yesterday. And, well, I didn't really talk to the guy, Gary did. But we had a visitor. And as many of you may know, if you followed our journey so far, about a month or so ago, we brought some metal detectors down here, and we've been trying to find our property corner pins because one of the neighbors was in dispute of where their corner was. When they put the access road in on the south edge of our property, they didn't exactly go straight, and so it kind of dips into our property. And like the cul-de-sac area right before that. So basically like the road goes into our property. But I'm not as worried about that as I am knowing where that corner is, because we do plan to fence our property in one day. And we do want to mark our borders. So I called the survey company, and I called the guy that we bought our property from and talked to him. That's how I figured out who the surveyors were and all that. And he also called them, and the surveyors came out yesterday, and supposedly they remarked the corners down here. So we're gonna go take a walk down here and see exactly where the corner pins are. So for the most part, it doesn't need to be mowed down here again yet, but I do need to bring the mower down to clear up some of the area that we cleared the limbs. Let's go check on this grapevine over here. Haven't really needed to worry about watering it. Got a bunch of new growth on it. And it's getting pretty tall. I don't know, you guys probably can't tell. It's about 2 feet tall. But it does look like we've got, maybe there's the culprit. We've got some ants. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, that are feasting on the leaves. So we've got some of the leaves. Yep, see, there's another one. He's trying to run away, but they're eating the leaves. So I guess I know who the problem is now. It's black ants. So we need to get some diatomaceous earth and spread that around down here. Get rid of a lot of the fleas and ticks. So this is where we were working at Monday. We've got a bunch of new debris piles here that are kind of drying up. But this is the area that we need to focus on, is right here in front of me. We've got quite a bit cleared out yesterday, or Monday. Today's Wednesday. So we got quite a bit cleared out on Monday, but the rain was coming, so we had to stop. And I need to bring the weed eater down here and kind of go through this part here. And then I need to keep working on my, birds are so loud. I need to keep working my way back this way And this tree here, that's going to have to come down. Sean's going to have to get that with his big chainsaw. Because let me see if I back up a little bit and you can see it leans to the right, which is right where the camper's going to be. We can't have that thing falling on the camper. Plus we need a space where we can have the solar panels accessible to the sun until we get our solar racks put together and our solar panels put on the racks on the ground. And then we're going to have to do a major project, resealing all the holes in the camper roof, patching everything up with some caulking, some RV flex caulking, and some RV special tape that you get that's waterproof. It's like a 4-inch white tape. It's like a butyl tape kind of. And we're going to prime the roof. We're going to power wash it really good. Get some cleaner and pressure wash it really good. And then we're going to primer it, and we're going to put a couple coats of sealant on it and get that roof sealed up really good, because that closet leaking is not helping matters. All of our clothes are still in bags on the floor in the living room. So yeah, we need to go back this way a little bit further. Our camper's 37 feet, so we need to make sure that we have room 40 feet for the camper, and then we need another 20 feet at least, so I want to go 60 feet back, because when we pull the camper in here, the vehicle that's towing the camper is going to need space to be able to pull in there and turn around to get out, because we want the hitch at the south side, so the hitch would be facing that way. So the vehicle that pulls it, it has to have space in front of it to be able to get out and pull around over here to get back out. So we need to make it at least 60 feet, if not 75 probably. So that's what we need to work on, but again, I thought we were going to have several days of dryness here to clear things up a bit, but it is not looking so likely. I see possibility for rain all week long, so it's really frustrating. We need to get our property ready. We bought our property April 1st last year in 2024, and we moved from Arizona to Arkansas, October 17th or September 17th? I can't remember now. I think it was October 17th. And, we're still not able to get on our property. Basically, for winter, we just wanted to focus on hunkering down and getting winterized and all that good stuff. And we really appreciate Gary and Mary letting us stay on the Gemstead right down the street from where our property is. Okay, look at how overgrown that is. That's the access road. I don't see a pin up here at the beginning of the road. But I do see some down here. Gosh, I'm not sure I want to go walking in this tall grass. The e-bike is charging, and I figured it was probably too muddy to ride it back in here. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to walk all the way back there by myself right now. I might need to bring my mower down here and clear a path, or at least wait till somebody's with me. But you can see that there's a couple of, let me zoom in. You can see that there's a couple of posts with orange flags on it. So I'm not sure if that is marking the middle of the road, or if that's marking our property line, or whose property line that's marking. So I guess I need to get some clarification on what exactly that mark is for, but they're right down the middle of the road. And my guess is that as the road turns off to the right down there, that's all our property, all going into our property. So, but yeah, I don't like to come down here by myself, especially with the grass is tall, walking back in there, because the snakes are all coming out, and there have been mountain lions and bobcats and bears, oh my, spotted on our property. So that's the main reason why we're going to be putting up a 6-foot fence around our RV camp area, so that all the tents and camper and everything will be enclosed within the 6-foot fence to protect our garden beds that we got to set up. We've got 4 raised garden beds that we're going to set up. And hopefully we can get something growing in them this year. I'm not sure. I know we're a little late in the season, but something quick maybe, like green onions, and maybe even just get some flowers going in them for now or something. I don't know. If you have any suggestions of things that you think we could plant in our 4 raised garden beds when we get to our property here soon, because it's probably not going to, the garden beds probably won't be set up till like July. So it's going to be right in the heat of the summer. But we do have this really cute little greenhouse that we can use for starters. Maybe we can just start prepping for our fall season. I think you do things like garlic and things like that in the fall. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I'm learning. And I've got some really amazing books. And I'm hoping that that will help me figure things out. And if you have any suggestions of things that we could be planting in our 4 raised garden beds, I believe they are 4 foot by 8 foot by 2 foot tall. So we are going to be keeping some of that debris over there, some of the logs and some of the brush. And we're going to fill up the bottom part of the raised garden beds with that. And then we want to get some good topsoil, and I want to get some coco coir, and that stuff's pretty affordable. Get some that and fill the raised beds up. And we're going to be composting eventually when we get here. We did in Arizona for 3 years, and that is super handy, and we will definitely be setting up our own compost piles, but that's going to take a year or 2 before we can use them. So in the meantime, we need to use something, and we'll do the best we can for now. But we have a lot of great material right there to start with. So I'm just really anxious to get down here, guys. We've been waiting for such a long time to get onto our property, and the weather is just not cooperating, and we have so many things already ready to set up, and I'm really excited, and I really want to get them set up. Oh, I just saw a really cool mushroom somewhere. Let me bring it down here and see. This is a little different looking. Where's it at? There it is. Okay, guys, so that's about it for today. I just wanted to give you a little update and kind of go check and see where those post markers are. Let you know what I've been working on, since I didn't record me weed eating all that and whatnot. But got a space set up. I think we're going to go be able to get that tent set up. I just need to keep in a close eye on the weather and see when the best opportunity that's going to be to do that. And hopefully before it gets all moldy. But we will be cleaning it very well. And we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning. We're going to get a pressure washer here, and we are going to start cleaning everything, because with all this humidity and rain, there is a great opportunity for mold and mildew and things like that to very easily take over. So we're going to get things cleaned up and get everything put away from the Mid-America YouTube Meetup. And let me set you guys up on this thing here so you're not jiggling around. So yeah, I'm gonna go figure out if I'm gonna set this tent up or not today. I gotta go check the radar again and see. I think it says possibility of rain tonight, 8 or 9. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be like crazy storms or just a little pitter patter or whatnot. So I need to go watch some of those fabulous weather YouTube channels, because the meteorologist, I feel like they just either, that's a hit or miss, 50-50. We're either right or we're wrong. So I want to look. There's a couple local guys that I'd like to watch, and but yeah, we're gonna go do what we can. And you know, sometimes it is frustrating not being able to you know, get down here and get started. And you know, it's really peaceful down here, you know, and of course if we're running a chainsaw or something, it's going to be loud, but you know, it's when Gary and Mary are hard workers, and they always got a tractor or a mower or something going, and every time they walk over by our camper, our dogs bark, or every time we walk over by their barn, their dogs bark, and then they are all barking. So it's very noisy, and I really enjoy being able to come down here and just sit in solitude and, you know, decompress and gather myself. And you know, a great therapy for me is to work, and it would be so much easier to work if we didn't have to haul everything. Like right now, I could bring the gorilla cart down here, but I can't bring the e-bike right now because it's so muddy in the road. I don't even, it'd probably crash or just throw up a bunch of mud. And pulling the gorilla cart all the way down here with a bunch of stuff in it is a lot of work. And by the time I get here, I'm pooped. And it's got a flat tire, so I can fill it up before I leave the house or the camper. But if I sit down here for several hours, there's a good chance that the tire will be flat before I go to take it back, and then it's going to be even harder to pull. So it's easier said than done kind of thing, you know. It sounds easy enough to come down and just try to work in between, but it'll be so much easier once we have our camper here. We have all our tools here. I don't have to haul anything. I don't have to forget about things and have to go run back and forth to go get things. I'll have plenty of water to make sure I stay hydrated. So like right now, my trip is limited by the bottle of water I have in my pocket. When that runs out, I need to be heading home. And I did get some, I got this organic lemon powder that I'm adding into my water bottles just to give it a little bit of flavor. It's no sugar, but it just gives it a little flavor because we're both trying to lose some weight here. I mean, we both could afford to lose a few pounds, and Sean's doing it for medical reasons. He's got to get a surgery, and he needs to lose weight before the surgery. But just for, I mean, I have put on pounds for the last few years that I haven't been working, and when I tore my rotator cuffs and I wasn't able to lift anything, so I put on quite a few pounds myself. And so just for both of us and to get a little healthier, we've been working on changing our eating lifestyle and habits. And my big crutch is Pepsi. I love drinking pop. And I know, you don't need to tell me. I absolutely know how horrible it is for me. Absolutely horrible. I mean, I can drink Pepsi from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. I just like the way it tastes, and I like the little fizzy carbonation. And you know, maybe I need to try to get one of those little carbonated water thingies that, you know, carbonate your water, and you can put fruit in it and lemons or limes and things in it just to get the fizziness. I don't know, but I'm trying to get off the Pepsi and drink some water with some lemon in it, detox, get clean, you know. Get all the toxins out of your system and try to eat differently and eat healthier. And that's kind of what a lot of this journey is just changing our ways. You know, there's just so many things that you get set in your lifestyle and you don't even realize it until a lot of times until it's too late that you need to make a change. And I know people call it simpler living. And I don't know if it's simpler or not, but it's getting back to good, you know, getting back to nature, getting rid of the stress and things that are toxic to your body and to your mind, and getting yourself back to good health-wise, physically, mentally, and just stepping back and from the city life and a lot of the drama that is encircled with all of that right now, because we're not going to get into that conversation. But it's a very toxic environment, and we just want peace and tranquility and to focus on our family and making things better and getting our family back together, back to good, and being a part of a wonderful and amazing community. And it was really great to meet so many channels this weekend at the Mid-America YouTube Meetup. A lot of them we have watched you guys for years and years, and I think this journey really started with my interest in tiny homes, and we had a 5-bedroom big beautiful house in Arizona and Phoenix, and it was a struggle bus. You get a bigger, nicer, beautiful house, you have more maintenance, you have more things you need to pay for, and you got a big, huge, nice mortgage to go with it, and you just keep struggling, even though you've got all these nice new cars and a nice new house, and that doesn't necessarily make you happy, and it didn't. And we listed our house for sale in Arizona, and somebody bought it the same day. We were shocked. We had no idea where we were going quite yet. I had ideas in my head of what I wanted to do, but we were nowhere prepared to go start that adventure. I had dreamed of building a tiny home or going off grid and all these things. So I've been doing all this and looking at all these videos since 2016, 2017. And I think Tiny Shiny Home was one of the first ones I watched. And I watched a lot of channels back then. And then I found, probably because they were in Arizona at the time, I found the connection with Simple Life Reclaimed. And then they moved to Arkansas. And then through watching their channel, I met, and started watching all of the other channels in the Arkansas and Oklahoma area. And pretty much everybody that was at Mid-America, So I've been watching them for at least a few years now. And it was just so crazy to finally meet everyone. It was great, and I really appreciated the event, and it was really, really fun. So anyways, I am rambling on, and I will let you guys go. I am going to go away right now because there is a tick, and he's probably going to come jump me. And I've already got so many battle scars and stuff all over my arms from working on weed picking and tick bites and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get out of here before they attack me. So yeah. All right, everyone, thanks for coming along with me today on my little adventure walk here. And for the quick update, I am going to go analyze the weather and see if I can get this tent set up today and let it dry out so I can properly pack it. And Sean should be home from work here soon, so I'll see if he wants to do anything when he gets home. And we'll see you soon. I'm not sure what I'm going to get into, but you'll find out in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. It's always a great day in Arkansas.